Okay, so firstly, UPG has a culture where we conduct regular general meetings at least twice per month, if possible. So during that meetings, we will have a session where the overall progress of an event is presented by the directors of each event. So all committees are all committees understands where each event progress is at. And second thing is that there's a current info agenda in which we, the executives, would provide any information about the clubs, any collaboration, any offers that comes to the club, and present them to the committee members and ask their opinions. What do they think about this collaboration? What they think about this event, and so on. Yep. Usually they have their own divisions, and their roles are usually in their own divisions, such as protocol, logistics, marketing, activity, and also logistics, protocol, activity, logistics, marketing. There's another one that I forgot. I forgot another one.
Yeah, you can check.
Marketing, multimedia. I forgot multimedia.
Sorry to disturb. Boleh?
Boleh? Oh, boleh. Tengah shoot lagi ya ke?
Masih lagi.
Oh, dia continuous je? Oh, faham. Yang first tadi tu dah kan? Boleh yang second terus lah kot. So one that I implemented when I became president was they need to have regular communication between their team members. So for example, if they're burnt out from their assignments, because we are all students, so it's understandable that they could get tired from doing club activities and also on top of their studies. So in several general meetings that I said earlier, I usually remind them to always inform in the group chats if they are burned out and will delay some of their work progress. So there's usually a set of hierarchies that happen in UPG. So in every progress in event planning, every phase, there's a set of hierarchies that they need to go through. So for example, for proposals, usually the top committees, which is the directors, assistant, secretary, treasurer, would brainstorm and come to the executives to get their advice in their event planning, their event phase, planning phase. And then later, usually they need to get my signature so that I can say, okay, this proposal can proceed to go to our advisor, our club advisor, and then proceed to the style officers. Okay, so usually most of the things that happen during the general meeting. So if there's any committees that want to come up with their own initiatives in the club, that is the platform where they can do so. So for example, this is in another separate meeting. We call it executives meeting. So basically I have a meeting with my president, my secretary, and my treasurer, in which my vice president wanted to initiate general committees. So We discuss what the benefits could do for us as the club and how well it will impact the committee members. And then after several discussions, I said to my vice president, okay, you lead these initiatives, and then you also need to present to the committee members what do you want to achieve with this initiative. Okay. Neymar. Okay. So usually the first thing that they do is they brainstorm. They set a meeting between the top committees, and then they brainstorm what do they want for this event. Because for example, us the executives, we only say we want the event. For example, we want a concert, and they have to brainstorm what do they want to happen in the concert itself. So usually they will have a lot of initial meetings, first TopCom meetings, first HOD meetings, and then first all committee meetings. So usually during those sessions, they will always brainstorm and come up with new ideas. In my opinion, I think that each member needs to contribute because in a division, their tasks are all connected to each other. They all relate to each other. So in an event itself, for example, protocol, you always need to have MCs, and there's also maybe the people who handle the MC and people who do the MC script are two different people. So they always need to contribute to each other's work so that the event is smooth. Okay, this is what usually happens in UPG every year. We call it the High Com Retreat. So this High Com Retreat is where the committee members, everyone, go to a place like a trip, and then we will have some workshop there, and there's also team building activities just to create bonds between the committee members. Yeah. I'm sorry, can you speak a bit louder? Mm-hmm. Okay. So usually, firstly we have a dedicated WhatsApp group for our HighCom UPG. So any information that are urgent, for example, meeting announcements, we will announce in the group itself. However, there's also a dedicated event group chats. So, for example, recently we have Malam Healing that happened on 30th May. They have their own dedicated group chats and their own division group chats. So, if there's any information that comes from either us, the executives, or the top committees themselves, and even the committee members themselves, they can inform in the WhatsApp group and discuss in that lah. In my personal opinion, how do I keep everyone how do I ensure that they understand what I'm saying? Usually during the general meeting itself, I would quiz them. I would first I would explain what I wanted to say, and then I'll summarize my points, and then at the end of the talk that I give, I would summarize again and then repeat the points, the key points to the session, and then later I quiz to my committees. So usually I quiz them and I say, what did I say during this session? because I'm always observing them when I'm giving a talk. So sometimes I observe that they're not taking notes. So to make it a bit more fun, I quiz them lah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So my type of leadership style is a mix of participative and also directive. So I am always open to any suggestions, opinions that my committee members suggest to me. Sometimes they come up to me personally to suggest their ideas. However, if I can sense that they're being a bit rash in their decisions, either in the event planning or just any UPG management, then I will be very directive. So for example, we had a committee member that was very unparticipative, and she was gone for nearly 3 months or so, in which caused delay in a lot of event planning because we had 2 events planned simultaneously. So my team members did suggest that I just kick her out. However, I felt that it was a bit unfair, and I shut down the rash decisions that they wanted me to make, and I said we need to give her a chance to try and connect with her, talk with her face to face, either on call or WhatsApp. However, after several occasions trying to connect with her, none were taken. So later I just terminate her. Mm-hmm. Sorry? Okay. So we have a shared Google Drive in which all the documents, all the event planning documents are in there. So another thing that we do is in every discussion, every meetings, I request them to create a minute meeting, and that minute meeting needs to be done at least 1 to 2 days after the event is finished. So for example, if an event they have a discussion in our Discord server, I still tell them to create a minute meeting and then later inform in the group that they have had these discussions, they have decided to do these decisions, and then later they just update in the group that we had this discussion and we decided a few things. You guys can read the minute meeting. If you have any further questions, you can ask themselves, the people themselves. How do I support each team members? Can you repeat the question? Okay. Usually, my team and I would encourage them to be a leader of sorts, because when they are just a normal committee members, usually they need to follow the orders of their HODs and so on. So how I motivate them to follow the club's goals is usually also another way that we do is that we assign advisors to each event, a main advisor. However, the other executives can also advise the event. I think that's all. Yeah. How does it usually happen? Handle. Okay. So usually when there's disagreements, the person who has the complaint will come to us, the executives, or either me personally, and then they will complain that they have this disagreements, they're not working well with these committee members. Later, I will inform my team, and we will assess it as a group on how we want to proceed. After that, usually we have a few set of stages in which we confront the team members that usually have problems. For example, the first stage is usually the cool stage, the very kind stage. So my deputy and my secretary will conduct a one-to-one meeting of sort with the problematic member, and then they will discuss what happened, is there any problem on your side, because we receive this type of complaints. And then, for example, if the approach was not taken, if the committee members itself are very rejective of that, then it goes to the second stage, in which it's a bit strict, in which my vice president and my treasurer will then confront the team member, either during meeting or just pull them aside a bit to talk what happened. And usually they talk nicely. There's no maki-maki. There's nothing like that. However, if none taken also, then I will contact them. Yeah, so that's usually how we handle the disagreement. And if a conflict can be resolved, when we discuss the one-to-one meeting with them, we will then come back to the complainer, I think, and then discuss that this is how they feel about this. They're having this disagreement because of this reason. And then we will also advise them to also talk to the problematic person one-to-one, because they sometimes might have disagreements because they're not seeing each other eye to eye, and that's maybe just the reason.
Wow, that's a very interesting step.
Yeah.
One has fair.
Yeah.
So my next question would be, can you explain a few types of conflict that you encounter?
A few types of conflict. As a president for my term, the usual problems that we have are participative committees, or maybe that the committees are just what we call gone. So that's usually like the only conflict that we have. They talk with each other very respectful. However, it goes back to one of the questions that I said. They're gone because they're tired with their assignments and so on. So that is why I also implemented that they need to inform their team members that they will be gone. Yeah. So usually that is the type of conflict.
What have you learned about yourself as a president when it comes to managing conflict?
I have learned to be more patient. I think it also comes with the age that I'm in, even though I'm only 21. However, in my past term, I did realize that I was a bit angry. I think maybe it comes with the age also. However, as a president, I do realize that everyone relies on me, and I have to be very careful in how I approach everything about the club. So if specifically about conflict, I usually be a bit more patient when I'm talking to the committee members that even are rude to me. Yeah, so I think what I learned is that I became more patient. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Oh, the questions very very kebat. Oh, belum. Okay.
Can you introduce yourself, your name, what's your
Okay. Okay. So my hi. Hi. So hi everyone. So my name is Nur Arissa Hanani binti Mama Azlan. I am 21 years old this year, and currently in my second year degree in Bachelor of Computer Science, and I am in Faculty of Computing and Informatics. So my role in University Peer Group in UPG is the president. Thank you. Okay lah, I don't know how I did. I hope I did okay for your assignment.
You really did well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. What is this assignment about actually?
Oh, actually, it's our organizational behavior assignment.
Oh, okay.
The lecturer requested us to interview one of the committee from any of MMU club or society to ask about the 5 things of group behavior, conflict, teamwork, communication. Yeah, the 5 things, and then we have to write. Collect all your points and do in the presentation slides. Then we present it again.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I saw the other day that you guys interviewed Afif from last term.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Because that time I dah promise kat dia nak interview you lah sebab ada siapa ni kan. So,
Afif is very good in his logistics team lah. Yeah.
nampak ada karisma kan.
Yes. So I saw the video because I was preparing the question. So I saw you sent me the assignment link right on YouTube. So I saw the video. I was like, oh Afif, and then I listened macam, okay, not bad. Like that lah.
Sorry lah tak dapat vibe look macam Afif ni.
It's okay. No worries.
Sebab ada kelas.
It's okay, no worries. I think sesuai je this colour outside can.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.